times in our lives do we get an opportunity to really make a difference in somebody else's life, and that's one of the most rewarding things out there. And in the WIC program, we are so spoiled because we get to do it day after day after day, and you can actually see the difference.
You never come away from any event with the National WIC Association that you don't feel like you learned something and have something that you can implement, whether it's large or small. Whether it's rolling out new food package changes after the Institute of Medicine change, or whether it's just something simple that you heard somebody else over a lunch talking about what they do at their local agency with breastfeeding peer counselors.
And most of us are looking for something to do beyond just what we do day to day in our jobs. And being able to participate in the National WIC Association gives you that outlet, that opportunity to serve. And you, besides serving, you also grow in knowledge and understanding and experience that helps the program.
And there's all different ways that you can get involved in the National Association. It's not like, oh, I have to be on the board, or oh, I have to go visit Washington politicians. You can start just by being on a committee. That's how I got started. And you soon realize that not only is it fun, but it's worthwhile. You have an opinion. You are helping to shape whatever policy is going on. And it's like, okay, you know, I'm ready for the next step.
It's a way to channel the energy and the passion that so many of us have out there. And the National WIC Association just opens the door and says, go, speak of what you do. There are many willing ears that want to hear you. Carry the message, be the voice.
Well, I was actually one of the founding people, founding state directors at the time. The state directors began to get together and talked about, well, gosh, we really should be working together.
And then in time, we certainly realized that we needed to broaden that scope and be more inclusive and take advantage of the leadership and energies of additional facets of the program, be it local agencies or our nutrition coordinators.
And so we decided that we really should work on forming an organization for the WIC program. And we did, and we called it the National Association of WIC Directors, which was, the organization that then led into the National WIC Association.
And I find that National WIC Association, it's organized the work and the advocacy around the program so effectively. And as an association, it's really only as strong as its members and their voices. And I really want to encourage people to think about stepping up and working with NWA really closely.
This is a larger frame, and that you can make a big difference and your voice could actually be heard. Every WIC participant cannot be heard at this level, so it's so important that as an advocate, as a WIC employee, that we go out and we represent our families and we tell our stories.
But the reality is that each of us have a story. Each of us have been impacted by a child, by a kid. I think my favorite thing about WIC over the last 15 plus years has been when I left the state and went to the local agency side, because every single day, not a day went by that I didn't hear that newborn cry, that I didn't have a toddler walk into my office and explore what I had going on in my office and interrupt me. And it didn't matter what was going on, there was always that constant reminder that we're making a difference, that we are impacting someone's life and helping them raise a healthy child.
It gives you the sense of something larger. It gives you the idea that the work that you're doing isn't just the day-to-day issuing vouchers or enrolling participants. It has a greater meaning. There is really a big picture, and it's about nutrition and well-being.
What we do at WIC is not just giving people food, it's giving people, helping their families, giving them nutrition education. And one of the things we've found is that people come back, they remember us, I've had patients hug me, but it's like our staff works so hard together that we just bond. Sometimes when you're in a little agency in a rural place in North Carolina, you think that you don't matter. But the National WIC Association reminds you that you do matter.
That's really what NWA is all about, is just building up its members and giving us more energy and this passion and some guidance, but also education to just face those problems that we all experience, but sometimes you just kind of feel like you're alone.
At all times, I think we need to be going out of our way to make sure that members of Congress, state leaders understand the WIC program, and that we got to be able to communicate that in a very clear and concise message.
NWA's really helped me find my voice, my advocacy voice, and when I go back, I am so passionate about it that I've really tried to help others find their voice too.
And I think leadership, I would say, starts with the person. If I can be energized, I guarantee that I can energize someone else. If I have a passion for something, then I can share that passion to someone or give it to someone else. It's contagious, is what I'd like to say. And when you work for the WIC program, it's very difficult for you not to have a contagious spirit of love and passion for what you do.
Sometimes when we all work in our states and we work in our local agencies, we sort of silo ourselves and don't think about what's going on in the rest of the nation, how policies are being made at the broader level. And I think it helps you to understand the program better.
Yes, participating in the National WIC Association from very early on has been a huge benefit for me, both as a program director as well as developing leadership skills through the years, because the National WIC Association offered a network of professionals from whom I could learn and who often mentored me. And then in time, I began to take on those leadership roles, participate in committees, and hopefully be able to offer that to others over the years.
The thing about getting involved like this is that it gives you more energy to do what you do every day. And I guess that's what I would say to people. This will kind of light a fire for you, and you really need to do it.
Every single aspect of what the National WIC Association does, there's benefit. And so whether you participate in the committee level or join a conference planning committee, just step up and step in, and you won't regret it.
You have the potential, the power to make a difference, a real difference, and not just for our agency, but for our state, possibly even for the country. And so that's very powerful.
This is where my heart is, this is where my passion is, and I just love working for WIC.